With a growing population of Spanish-speaking people in the U.S., the medical industry is looking for ways to expand their interpreter services. I talked with Daniel Holcomb, the series faculty of this summer interpreter series at Eastern Area Health Education Center. Starting next month, they're going to provide 4 levels focusing on providing interpreter services. Level 1 is for people who wish to provide interpreter services in any language in health or human services settings.
So the students learn to how to position themselves in the room. They learn about techniques of the profession. They learn about, the different roles of the interpreter, for example, whether to be a conduit or a clarifier and when to do so and how to make clarifications, how to interject with cultural issues, and actually when to advocate on behalf of the patient.
Level 2 addresses technical and ethical challenges that may arise while practicing the skills taught in Level 1.
In that course, we explore in more detail the ethics of the profession as established by the National Council on Interpreting in Healthcare. It's one of 3 documents that they would need if they want to become certified later, but certainly these courses were developed before national certification existed. And they are certainly designed to help the interpreter work in a more professional manner.
Level 3 aims to improve knowledge of healthcare and medical terminology in English and Spanish.
Level 3 is a 2-day course, and it is taught in Spanish, and it focuses on medical terminology. And I wrote a glossary for the students to use in the class, and I approached the course by systems of the body. So that contextualizes the terminology in a manner that helps them understand it. We do some role playing in that class as well, and that helps them learn the material rather than just memorizing a long list of terminology.
Level 4 provides an intense examination of foreign language interpreter ethics and national standards of practice.
Level 4 is a course that I wrote. And in that course, we look at other documents that are necessary on the national level to compare what we've learned so far in the first 3 courses with the national codes of ethics and even another state code of ethics. We look at documents that they're going to need for national certification, et cetera, and we do a great deal of comparison between how everything is worded. We also practice simultaneous interpretation, in which the interpreter is interpreting a few words behind the speaker. So normally in a medical session, an interpreter will listen to 3 or 4 sentences, the speaker pauses, and then the interpreter interprets. Then the other person responds, they pause, and then the interpreter interprets that response. So in simultaneous, like I said, the interpreter is interpreting just a few words behind the speaker. So that's not something that we do very often in medical interpretation, but there are certain areas within medicine and in like hospitals and clinics where simultaneous would be necessary.
When asking about the importance of having a trained interpreter, Daniel had this to say.
If you have a trained interpreter who knows how to promote the communication between the provider and the patient, who leaves the room when the provider leaves the room, who knows the different roles of the interpreter and the different modes of interpretation, is going to help the provider to have a completely different experience with the patient. This is my first summer teaching the courses at Eastern AHEC in Greenville, North Carolina. So I'm excited to be offering the courses there, and I'm hoping that we get a lot of students come in, either working interpreters who haven't had the training, or those who are exploring interpretation as a possible field. These courses are for everybody.
If you're interested in being a part of this summer series, you can register in advance by June 21st by going to easternahec.net. Dalisa Robles, 9 on your side.